Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fat Kings Friday for April 17th. I am VSG Warrior. Let's go around the table. Who's next? Anybody?
Jennifer Bleacher.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Where's my co-host? Jim Haney. Where is he?
I am Andrew VSG Spike. One thing I wanted to tell everybody is when you have weight loss surgery, sometimes your appearance changes.
Oh, shit. Now, here we go. I just made a rookie mistake.
And older.
Okay, sorry about that. I stepped on you because I didn't know.
Oh, dude. Anyways, after weight loss surgery, apparently my appearance has changed to like an older, bald Asian guy.
You look great, Andrew. I knew breaking your stall would make your face look different. It looks great.
It did, didn't it? I lost hair too, but everybody loses hair after weight loss surgery, don't they? Pretty much.
Yeah, it'll come back. Biotin, whatever it is. Ooh. Okay, but here we go. I have to do this. This is a woman that I begged. I actually got down on my knees by poolside to beg this woman to come on our show, to forgive us for all of the jabs, the jests, the jokes that we made. We are so sorry, and we love you, Lacey. So please introduce yourself and tell us how awesome you are.
So I'm Lacey, or I Heart Lace R&Y, and yes, Walter's very good at getting the jabs in. In fact, tonight he told me we were doing like a swimsuit episode, and here I am, the only person that actually showed up in a swimsuit. So I see you, Walter. I see what you're doing.
I am so sorry. Do you have any clothes to put on?
Excuse me 1 second while I put a shirt on. I'm sorry, people. This is just so rude. I'm so sorry.
I'm so embarrassed. Go ahead. Say something, though, Lace.
Whoops. There we go. That's better.
Oh, no. Somewhere Andrew is going.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. I went there.
Yes, I am so proud. I won mine, too. I actually won mine. You had to travel to go fishing with TJ to get that shirt.
Walter, I'm so pissed about that. So they must have had that competition that, like, 1 hour that I took a nap, they had that competition. The only hour I slept the whole weekend.
That's what happens at a meet and greet. If you fall asleep, you miss the fun.
Can't sleep.
Yeah, my question was easy. It was what was the word that Phil kept messing up in the PSA? And it was vigilant. Come on.
Oh, I wouldn't have gotten that one.
Yeah, I love my fat king. They will always be fat kings to me.
Yeah.
Even though our lawyers are still in heated negotiation.
Well, I did not sign a waiver, so we're
gonna have to pixelate the whole thing.
You can't edit me, Walter. You can't edit me, okay?
No, I can't even hope to contain you. No one can touch me. He's on fire. But I guess we'll stick to the topic, and we should talk a little bit about the WLSFA. And Jim, I guess since you weren't there, feel free to chime in and give your 2 cents on stuff. You've been to, I think you went to OH before, though, right?
Yeah, and I've been to a lot of the other, just like the ones that people put on themselves that are just privately done. Like for instance, Tanya had that one in New Orleans, stuff like that. But like usually in California, a friend of mine and myself, we would do them a lot of time, just get-togethers with friends or whoever wanted to come.
So have you ever been to a big event, like an OH or WLSFA?
Yeah, I've been to OH before.
Oh, okay. But you haven't been to a WLSFA?
Back in the day. No, I haven't.
I've heard from people who've been to both that they are different.
Yeah, wasn't the consensus that the OH is more? I thought I misunderstood this, that the WLSFA was the more wild and crazy one, and that OH was more serious, but maybe I mixed that up.
Yeah, no, that's what I heard too. I heard the OH is more
well,
serious.
If that was wild and crazy, I I've been to old age homes that had better
Okay, coming from somebody who was in Tampa. Okay, I'm probably the only one here. It was much more tame than Tampa
This year?
was. Much more tame. It could have been because there were certain people not there. I don't know. But
Let's start with a T and end with a J.
Yeah.
Or a P and an L. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but I think that like a lot of people who came this year went last year and like learned lessons about how to handle themselves during a meet and greet.
Yeah.
So, but I've also heard like Elizabeth, Finding Elizabeth said that OH was much larger. There was a lot more people at OH than there was at WLSFA. But she also said that there were more like YouTubers at WLSFA than OH. So.
Exactly. She said at OH we're going to be a smaller group. And at WLSFA, we were such a large group within the big group. We were like the large group within the big group.
Yeah.
Which actually, I don't mind. I mean, I wanted to meet everybody, but it was so overwhelming. It's like you don't know where to look. It's the stimulation. It's too much stimulation. It's like there's Losing Weight Kate, and there's Sarah Nordorgan, and you just don't know where to look and where to listen. It's just too much happening at one time.
Yeah, and I'm kind of a spaz anyway, so it's really not good for a personality like mine, because I'm really awful at remembering names, and I'm really terrible at like introducing people to each other. Like I'll totally like I have to apologize to Finding Elizabeth right now because I introduced her to Walter as Watch Patty Melt, and so okay. So
but I knew
first
who
off,
she was, though.
Yeah. So first off, I'm sorry, Elizabeth, to you. I love you. I know exactly who you are. But I was rip-roaring drunk at the time, and I always associate those two ladies together, and so I just kind of got a little bit jumbled. But I'm a spaz, so it was just like, kind of overwhelming a little bit. And then there were people who don't make videos, who you don't really know, who would come up to you and they know you. So that was like kind of a weird feeling, because there would be people come up, oh, hey, Lacey, and I'm like, hey, you, and I'm happy to meet everybody. I was happy to like give everybody a hug and meet them and stuff, but it was a little bit like I should know these. I felt guilty because I felt like I should know these people and I should know their stories and who they are, and you know what I mean? Like I felt like I hadn't really caught up on videos from people enough lately to like really know what was going on. So there was a little bit of guilt involved in that too. So it was kind of weird.
There was drinking going on at this event?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked and appalled. Hey guys, I hate to stop the fun for a second, but I need since I have the Naked Truth hosts right here, and since my host, my man, my Andrew, I'm lost without you, darling, wherever you are. But I noticed that the camera is not going around to people who are talking right now. I was looking at the video.
Are you just clicked on one of us? If you click off of all of us, it'll change with whoever's talking.
Okay, cool. So just.
I'm looking at the video right now. I saw Lacey, then you, and then Jim.
Yeah, but I think that's because I was clicking on it.
Oh, okay.
Who you clicked on, Walter? Who you clicked on?
I'm gonna click off, but it still highlights, like right now, it still has Jennifer in the box. Yeah.
Okay. Well, just wait for somebody else to talk, and then it should click over. Like, do you see me right now?
I'm gonna hope it's doing it, but I don't know.
Is a live chat thing going? Maybe you can ask somebody who's watching.
Well, it's not. There's no live chat because Walter started it tonight.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so we're going old school, baby. Comments. Refresh, bitches.
Where's Christine when we need her? Jeez.
Yeah, she don't. I only see Lynette on right now.
Oh, Lynette. So,
hi, Lynette.
Hi, Lynette, my roommate. Thank you so much. That was great. That was a lot of fun.
One of your roommates.
Yes, one of my roommates.
I was the other one.
Thank you. I appreciated everything. That was really fun. It was really great.
That was good. That was awesome.
I'm not seeing this video jump around. Jump around. Jump up, and get down.
Now I only see me on the screen.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. So this might be an interesting.
Click on me.
If you click out of all of the boxes, like all of the boxes that are down below, if you click out of them, it should start switching back and forth between people.
I'm trying to, but it still has the box highlighted.
If you click,
it doesn't unclick.
Click on me again. You double click.
Okay, I double click.
Now is it off?
No, it still has a white highlight around it. I don't know.
Okay, click on you.
I click on me.
Okay, did you do that?
Okay, now
Okay.
it disappeared. Thank you, God. Hallelujah. Okay. So
Is
now,
that working?
so we're fully functional. The Death Star is fully
Walter, ladies, Walter doesn't have as much experience manipulating boxes, so.
You're dirty. And I'd like to point out that I did not gain any at WLSFA.
You lost
Woohoo!
10 freaking pounds. That's
amazing.
crazy.
I 10-pound loss. It's crazy. It's so
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm pissed. I gained 1.5 pounds over my little
Hey,
vacation or
that's
whatever.
still pretty good though.
Yeah, I think it's decent compared to some people, but still, I don't gain normally, so it's still a little kind of.
But some of the weight
not
gain though
freaking
comes
out.
from some of the weight gain can come from traveling. A lot of people when you travel, you can go up several pounds
Yeah.
just from the traveling.
hmm I maintained, but I picked up some bad habits at WLSFA, and if I don't get those like curbed, it's going to be bad. I can just see it going a bad direction. It's just like, you're with other WLSers, and you're like, you can do that? You can eat that? So I need to get rid of those habits before they become permanent.
What habits happened? What
Well,
changed?
like some people were drinking while they ate, which is something
Yeah.
I normally don't do. I had bread for like the first time ever. I had skinny pop for the first time ever. Just stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean there was a lot of dangers. I felt like I was tap dancing landmines all weekend, especially when we all went out to eat together. There was you know.
You did great.
I did, but it took a lot of like work and discipline. I mean, we went to that barbecue place, and the food was so good.
That was good. Yeah, that was
And,
good.
I mean, those what was it? Macaroni and cheese ball?
Fried macaroni cheese ball. I didn't even taste it. Who had that? Elizabeth and Melly May. And hopefully they're not mad at us for outing them.
Calling them out, yeah, exactly.
It probably wasn't cool. I'm sorry I did that.
I think it was that Share Bear.
Wait, no, that wasn't Melly May. That was
Share Bear.
Lindsay.
Oh, Lindsay Flagro. Yeah.
Yeah, Fly Girl.
Yeah. That dinner took a lot of I was just like chewing my hand when I saw those macaroni and cheese balls. That was just too much temptation.
So let me ask you
funny.
guys this. Let me ask you, since you guys are all, I'm further out than all of you guys. Do you think the differences you saw, like with the food and stuff, was because it was from people who were further out than you guys, or was it people who were early out like you, or maybe only a year out, or 18 months out, or was it people that were 2 or 3, 4, or 5 years out?
I would.
It was a mix.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it was, them being further out, and I would also say the difference in surgeries makes a big difference too. UVS years can pretty much do what you want.
Yeah, I mean, because I guarantee if you went with me, I'd be eating everything and drinking everything too. I don't eat and drink at the same time only because I can't. If I do, I'll get sick. I mean, I got one of those sleeves that does not allow me to do. I just can't do it. Some people can. I mean, but.
Well, I only drank with food when I was drinking alcohol, and I handled it okay. I also had like sweets for the first time, and I handled those okay. Like sugar, like we made s'mores around the fire. Losing weight, Kate fought s'more kits.
Oh, that's right.
It was so fun, and I had s'mores, and I didn't get sick. And I'm like, oh, this is dangerous. This is like bad stuff.
Yeah, I think I took off because
you were gone. Yeah.
Was that the first night where I was clutching my freaking gallbladder the whole time?
No. This was the very last night after you said all your final goodbyes.
Oh, well, so it was after I left. Okay, thank God I missed the s'mores. That would have been too much. I couldn't have taken it.
And I hope you don't mind, Walter, but I ate your leftovers the next morning for breakfast.
Oh, I thought of that too when I was on the plane. I was like, shit, I wish I had that freaking wrap.
It was good.
Oh, good. Yeah, that was good. It was really good.
I couldn't eat the whole thing, but.
Well, I'm glad somebody enjoyed it. That's good. So I wanted to ask you guys like what were some of your highlights? I mean, for me, I'm gonna say like, I mean, obviously meeting everybody, that was really amazing. Tanya, Kirk, and there was so many people that really touched my journey.
George. Your journey.
It touched my journey. And but I tell you, the one that got me the most, and the one that was like a surprise, was Mama Rose. I went up, and it was just like a perfect time, and she gave me a great big Mama Rose hug, and said some things to me that I won't forget. Gave me a little bit of advice, and she's an amazing person. Really, really sweet woman.
She really is.
She's an angel. She's an angel on earth.
And she will grab a hold of you and hug you forever. I mean, she will just squeeze you and not let go. And, of course, she's so short. So I was, like, all bent over her, and I'm like, Mama Rose, my back's hurting. Let me go. No, I didn't really say that, but she's so sweet, though. She is. And she's so, like, she'll just whisper something in your ear that's only for you.
Mm-hmm.
Only
and
for you.
It's so, like, dead on accurate.
Yeah.
It's actually, I don't know if she's going to watch this, but it's been haunting me for days. Those, like, 2 lines that she said to me, and, like, just keep coming back again and again. And I was talking to somebody else that said the same thing. She just, like, leaned over, whispered something into their ear, and it was like she read her mind. She's phenomenal. I noticed, Lacey, that when I was hugging Mama Rose, Lacey snuck away from me. I was volunteering. I was at the booth volunteering, and Lacey came to hang out with me for a little bit, and then Mama Rose came up, and I lost it, and then Lacey snuck away.
Oh, well, you guys were having such a moment together.
Yeah, we were.
Like, yikes. I don't want to get in the middle of that. Well, and there were a couple other people around the tables that I hadn't got a chance to talk to. And then there was another lady who had come up to me right after that was one of those people that was like, oh, Lacey. And I was like, oh, hey. You know? I don't mean to make that sound rude or anything at all. But so, yeah, I just kind of got caught up in the meeting of everybody. So my highlights were definitely the time out in the hot tub with all the girls. That was really fun. That was like kind of like a girl bonding moment, and we were all just out there having fun and talking about loose skin and all the awesome vaginas and all the awesome things that us weight loss surgery girls talk about. And then another highlight was me and Melly and Gracie all went out to a club on, what was that? I think it was Friday night before I left. We went out dancing because, I mean, I always talk about how much I love to dance. And so the 3 of us went out dancing, and we were just killing it on the dance floor. And those are my girls. And so that was, like, really a fun time for me. And also another highlight was watching Kirk and Mama Rose and those other folks, Wendy, and those talk on the panel, the NSV panel. And to hear their stories and to, like, you know, like a lot of them like burst out in tears over things and stuff like that. That was like one of the only like actual activities I went to. But I really enjoyed that as well.
I'm so sorry I missed that. I felt terrible. Because we hung out Thursday night, and a lot of people came in Thursday, and I had this really bad attack. I don't know what it was, if it's muscular. I'm still getting it. I have a schedule to go see my doctor, and hopefully it's not a gallbladder issue. But so that night I was really like preoccupied and uncomfortable, and so I wasn't really like paying attention to the events the next day, and I just did not know that Kirk was going to be speaking. I dropped the ball on that. I wish I would have been there. I think you were there for it too, weren't you, Jennifer?
Yeah, that was a very powerful panel. The whole room was in tears. It was very, very powerful.
And it was like standing room only.
Yeah,
like,
it was packed full of bodies.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I don't think they realized how popular that was going to be. I think they would have gotten us a bigger room if they had known. But I have 3 things that were my favorite moments. I can't pick just one. But so first of all, I think one of my top moments was I got to have breakfast in bed with Elizabeth, Finding Elizabeth, watch Patty Melt, and Cher Bear. So spending that morning time with them and that just smaller group time with them really meant a lot to me, and it gave me a chance just to like open up and talk about some things, and so that was a lot to me. Actually, there's a picture from that time. Sherry is giving me a hug, and it's my profile picture on Facebook right now because it's my favorite picture from the whole weekend. So it's my profile picture, and that's my favorite. And then, oh my gosh, getting to play Madness with Tanya and Sarah Nerd in Oregon. That was incredible. And I'm so grateful to you, Walter, for getting that on video, because it's like one of my, in my whole life, all-time favorite moments.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was awesome. And then my third thing that I really liked is, you know, on Thursday night we were by the fire. Then we did the same thing on Saturday night. We were all around the fire, just hanging out, talking. That's more like my kind of thing. Like, I love just hanging out, talking, getting to know people. So I really loved those times. Going back to the dancing, Lacey, I love dancing too. I have to say I was a little disappointed in our two dances, the two that we had set up, the 40s night and the black and white ball, just because there wasn't much time for dancing. We had did so many other things those nights. There wasn't really a lot of time for dancing. I guess in my mind, I thought we were all going to be dancing all night, and that's not what those nights were really about.
Yeah. That's why I'm glad that me and Gracie and Melly got a chance to like sneak away after 40s night and go out and like really dance.
Yeah, I mean.
And we met. And I don't know if you guys met her, but Michelle Hankins, she actually lives in San Diego. And she's the chick that's like 6'3". Like, she is so, like, I'm 5'9", and I had platform heels on, or wedges on when we went out. And she walks in totally in flats, and I'm still like I've never, like, and that never happens to me, especially with women, but she's so tall and beautiful. And so we got a chance to spend some time with her that night too. So that was a good experience. And me and Melly, of course, did some sightseeing earlier that morning, like all around town, and saw the little bars and restaurants and stuff like that. So San Diego is an absolutely gorgeous city. So they picked a really good location for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a beautiful city. It's such
and the hotel was amazing too.
Yeah, and you guys had the suite. You had the Rain Man suite.
We did. That first night we did. We got there so early too, because it's like a lot of other people got there early and tried to check in early, and they were like, nope, sorry, check your bags right there and go have fun. But we got there, and a lady was waiting on us, and they were like, we're so sorry, we don't have a room ready, but we'll just put you up in this suite the first night. And we were like, yeah. So, and I thought that the staff, like the bellboys and the people at the counter and everything, were really, really awesome too. So.
Well, I'm sure they were nice to you.
Oh, Walter.
I feel
like,
get
out of here, fat guy. Get out of here.
I feel like poor Jim. We're kind of excluding you tonight.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, you know, I saw a lot of it that happened on Facebook, but
yeah.
I mean, I've been to them before. To me, it's I don't know, it's kind of strange to like go to these events, because, like you said, it's like part of it's supposed to be this whole, you know, serious WLSFA fundraiser type thing, and there's people speaking and all these different things to go to. But then I think the part that most people enjoy the most is hanging out with their friends and getting to meet people. And yes, there's some partying going on and things like that. I mean, it does what people remember. And that's why I think you guys said, like, there's a difference between the OH one and the WLSFA one. I mean, they both have that same atmosphere, I think, but maybe more. I haven't been to the WLSFA one, so I don't know, but maybe a bit more of a party atmosphere at that one. I'm not sure. But OH is, you know, it's for obesity help, so they're kind of like geared more towards their people that are their vendors, you know, kind of, I think, is an important thing to them, and having people speak at those things, you know, and basically getting people to come to the event and speak at their little conferences and things, you know.
Yeah, speaking of speaking at OH, I'm beginning to think that our Naked Truth Fat Kings Alliance is not going to happen there. So Jennifer, you're giving it definitely not?
I'm thinking definitly not. I think that's not going to happen.
We're so not a big deal to them. Like,
I think that we've lost any. If they were on the fence before, if they saw last week's episode of the Naked Truth, then there was no chance they're going to have
penetration and the whatever.
Yeah. Now that I know that it's a serious conference, they're going to be like, no way, we don't want them.
Well, you know, that's their loss, because
exactly.
I think we could fill a room just like people did it, you know. But
I'm pretty sure we can fill a room. And I'm just
at least 10 people, I'm sure.
I mean, I could wear my bathing suit. Gosh.
Yeah. That'll get us at least a few perverts.
Exactly.
No, but I mean, we had this little chat the other day, which when we were talking with Andrew, who was setting us up. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Andrew, there is a chance, people, that he might pop in. He's doing his thing, but he might just pop in here. But anyway, I say all of us, we get a PA system and we just do it from the lobby and we just start talking and see what goes up. We'll just do our own talking.
Or how about we just have a party? We just host a party and people can come and hang out with us and we can have a big party.
Yeah, I am still kind of unsure about whether I'm attending or not because, my move is coming up shortly. Actually, I just got word back from my new apartment in Nashville.
Congrats.
So my move-in date is June 13th, and so I still don't have a job yet, though. So, I'm going to be starting a new job, and that's in October, so I don't even know if I'll have time off built up at that point. So that's just still kind of up in the air, and especially since we're not speaking, I don't know.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I get that. Well, I hope you can attend, and I will definitely be attending now that Lauren gave me a ticket to go. That was the sweetest thing. So sweet.
Oh, can we just talk about how sweet Lauren is? Oh my goodness, she surprised me more than anybody. She is so sweet.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised too at how, because I think probably people thought the same thing about me. I'm going to be like this wacko and probably be, because sometimes I say a lot of crazy shit, but I was surprised too. She's very, very, very calm, very down to earth, very sweet, very nice person.
And genuine, and totally genuine. Yeah, I just loved meeting her.
Yeah, so, there's also a lot of people who you think are like some of the more popular people on YouTube that we watch, and so you think they're going to be like so uber confident and kind of full of ego and stuff like that, and they're just totally not. I mean, they were all very down to earth, very sweet. Everybody just wanted to meet each other and wanted to hug each other and swap stories and have a drink together, and I didn't find anybody that I thought was annoying or, kind of over the top with ego or anything like that. So I found that refreshing to know that,
me too.
We're all everyday people. Of course we all know we're everyday people. None of us are anything really special other than these people who chose to have these life-altering surgeries. But to know that, all this world doesn't go to our heads, I guess, too much was kind of refreshing to me. I mean,
totally.
Yeah.
That was like, I had a lot of misconceptions going in, I have to be honest. I kind of talked about it in my update about, I was worried that, people were going to expect me to be like the life of the party or to expect me to be kind of on and goofy and all this kind of stuff. And because because of my relationship status and because I wasn't drinking, were people going to be like, disappointed? I mean, not, but it was all, dumb. I mean, and there was so many misconceptions, like, about, I was really concerned about the atmosphere, that it was going to be like a real college, woohoo kind of crazy part, and it so wasn't. It wasn't like that at all. And I have a totally different perspective now, like being on the other side of the pictures. Like I know when I saw the other events, and I looked at you see these pictures and you think it must be like some wild, crazy, nutty party, but it's really tame. It's very cool. People are just having fun and just acting goofy and stuff like that.
Yeah. Did you see the vagina monologues picture that Melly posted?
No, I didn't see that one.
Oh, you have to go back and see it, because I swear if people saw that picture, they would think we were having like a big freaking just orgy / drunken. And it really wasn't. It's just posing crazy for pictures. Like, I don't know how many times I got my boob grabbed just for camera's sake. You know what I mean? It was really, really not as wild as a lot of the pictures.
Yeah, that was the thing, being on the other side of it, and it was like, I'm trying to behave myself and be, and not get myself in any trouble, which is not hard because I love the girl that I'm with, even though I'm an asshole and I say stupid things sometimes.
Oh, how cute.
And yeah, no, I know, I'm a jerk, I'm an idiot, I'm an asshole, I'm a moron, but it has nothing to do with WLSFA. But I'm saying though, I think the perception is that it's like, going to be this wild party. And, you know, because everybody's saying, oh, you know, make sure you bring your significant other. And I think you could totally go there without your significant other and be comfortable. Everybody is just so nice, and everybody is so cool and so respecting, and just it was such an eye-opening experience for me. And I talked about in my video how I have a hard time trusting people and how I have a hard time really, you know, giving of myself, and I just felt so comfortable with everyone, and I don't know, the first night I was still a little, like, you know, at arm's length with everybody, and by the second day I really realized how awesome everybody was and how nice everybody was, and it just, I felt really at home, and I felt really comfortable. And
you were a little skittish that first night. You were.
Yeah, I was.
But you know, your video, like, I watched it on my way to work this morning, and you touched on so many points that it was just like, yes, 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 like all of that, all of the trust issues and things like that, and the things you had to deal with whenever you were, you know, at your heaviest and stuff, with people saying things to you and stuff like that. It was just, it all kind of like hit home for me too.
I mean, you guys are all well. I mean, I know, Lace, your situation is a little bit, but I'll put this to the two of you, Jennifer and to Jim. You're in relationships, and like, how do you get over those trust issues? Like, and like, I mean, you've been in a relationship for a long time, Jennifer, and I think Jim, like, you kind of, from what I understand, relatively recent. Like, you had the surgery, and then, like, for me, overcoming these things is such an uphill battle, and really, you know, believing that someone can love you when you feel so little respect for yourself sometimes. Right. And it's not all the time, by the way. I want to say that the video I made makes it sound like, you know, like I'm constantly myself as a monster. I don't. I mean, I'm getting better at it, but, you know, it's just sometimes it's hard to really trust someone and give of yourself.
Well, here's the secret to my success in this area. Is I have major trust issues when it comes to men because of my background, because of my history, but not so much my size, just my history. And right. You know, I was engaged 3 times before I was engaged to David, and every time I called off the wedding because I was like, no, I'm just too scared. And I tried to do the same thing to David, but he wouldn't let me. He just kept sticking around. And that's the secret to my success, is anytime I get crazy, David's like, nope, I'm here. We're going to work this out. It's all going to be okay. So that's really the secret to my success is David, the partner that I'm with, and how persistent he is.
So finding a good partner is the secret, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the secret to my success as far as relationship goes is alcohol. Lots of alcohol. Pretty much. No, seriously though. So, like, you know, I think a lot of people, especially when they've been morbidly obese their whole life, and, you know, we have, like you said, we have a lot of trust issues. We have issues with just self-esteem, I think, has, like you were saying in your video, you know. I think a big part of it is when you can kind of learn to love yourself and feel you deserve better, then you will find somebody that will give you that. You know, that's the main thing, I think, with me and with my wife. You know, she deserved better. I thought I deserved better. We found each other. We, you know, I think because we, you know, we look at it like, you know, I guess you can look at it like this. There's really 2 ways to kind of look at relationships and trust issues and not, you know, wanting to get involved with people. Is you either trust and kind of give of yourself fully, or you kind of shut down and you don't. Then you're probably setting yourself up to be alone your whole life, because then you don't want to trust people, you don't want to give of yourself, and then you are the type of person who will never be in a good relationship because of whatever reason. You feel you don't deserve it, or you don't trust anybody, and you're never gonna fully open yourself up and be honest with somebody for them to fully love you and for them to trust you and to, you know, to want to be with you. So you really kind of have 2 choices, you know, like I said, and of course you can get hurt, you know, and that's the big thing. I mean, I moved all the way across the country to be with my wife. You know, if it didn't work out, it was a big deal. I uprooted my whole life to come out here, you know, and so you really, it's all about taking chances, right? I mean, you can either, you know, you can put yourself out there and it doesn't work out, or you can just not even try. You know, that's really your 2 choices, you know.
Yeah, and that is what you definitely don't want. I definitely don't want that. You know, I've been alone too long, and I definitely don't want to do that. And I don't think it's so much that I mean, I totally trust this person, but I think what happens also is I think I let the past and some like bad experiences sort of I projected them onto this situation, and you know, and I'm still young in it in this relationship, and I'm doing the best I can to like kill all that old stuff, but I can't help but like let past experiences like sort of come into play here. But let me ask you, Jim, as a man, how do you not say dumb, fucking stupid, ignorant things that you don't mean,
dude?
But they just come out of your mouth like a fucking moron. How do you?
Let me tell you something. That's never gonna stop.
No.
You're gonna be 90 and stupid shit's gonna come out of your mouth. You have to learn to apologize and just sort of, you know, be humble sometimes. I don't know. I mean, sometimes you just have to like think about what you're possibly going to say. You know, you have to maybe increase the filter amount in your brain, and then go, okay, you know, how is this gonna come across if I say this? Is it gonna come across the right way? You know.
See, that's why I think I need to get more testosterone, because I think I've had so much estrogen in me that I go by feelings and I go by emotions, and the fears and all these things, they're unfounded. They're not based on any reality. It's just a feeling. Right. And then I say something that I don't mean based on that dumb feeling, and then, you know, I wind up saying things I regret and I don't mean. You know. So
you know, not that I have relationships down, because obviously I don't, but I always think it's really good to over-communicate, like overly communicate. Don't hold stuff in. If you have a certain feeling and you're feeling insecure about something, talk to her about it. Tell her. I mean, she's not going to get upset with you. Now, if you say something because of that insecurity, she doesn't know that you're saying those things because of that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So over-communicate. Tell her exactly how you're feeling. I mean, nobody's going to hold that against you. I tend to do that. I tend to over-communicate. Duh. But you know, if you talk to,
we have a guest.
Yay!
We have an expert on relationships. He's coming to join us. What's up, brother?
How you doing?
I'm outnumbered.
Good to see you, bro. What's on the menu tonight, Andrew?
Just sitting and letting some beers and appetizers set. Just got home from the going away party.
Hey, Scarlett.
Hi, Scarlett.
Here you go.
I will put it in.
You will put it in. What are you guys talking about? What's going on?
Nothing much, brother. You look fantastic. Ladies, tell me, I mean, look at this man's face.
Yes.
Isn't he awesome?
I
He
can't
looks
see
fantastic.
him. The only thing that I can see is his little profile picture. I can't see him live action.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah.
I can see him.
Andrew.
Take my word, Lacey. He looks good.
Thank you.
So how's things with the big move, brother?
It's good. It's good. We have a lot of boxes packed up.
Oh, look at this.
So that's just part of what's downstairs, and then there's a whole crap ton upstairs that we've got going on, and this weekend's going to be packing a lot of clothes and getting everything last minute taken care of, and yeah, we'll be ready to rock and roll next week.
I'm trying to look at you, but Scarlett is stealing the show.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, dude, my God, it's ridiculous.
Here, I got a bit here. Just like that. Oh.
So how are you and Ryan holding up? Are you guys overwhelmed with everything?
No, thankfully we're not too overwhelmed. We've been able to get a lot of the small stuff done. That's Ryan tearing open a box from Amazon.
Hi, Ryan.
Everyone says hi.
Hi.
So are you going to be moving this week or next weekend?
We're moving next weekend, so my last day at work, our last day at work at each of our jobs is this upcoming Wednesday. Hold on, sir.
Can you put this in my
Is this upcoming Wednesday. Then Thursday, Friday, we'll be home getting all the last minute stuff packed up and ready to go. And then a week from this Saturday, we hope to pack up the U-Haul and get to West Virginia. So that's why next Thursday I definitely won't be able to be on, because we're going to be
Thursday, you mean?
Next week from today.
Oh, okay. So next Thursday we're going to need a co-host as well?
Yeah, we may need Jim to join us again if that's all good.
Oh, so we're never going to see the Pink Palace again? That's it?
I might be able to take the lap. Now that I've got this all connected, I can do one last sitting upstairs in the Pink Palace.
Okay, we're gonna need to see the Pink Palace one more time.
So how's everybody else doing?
Yeah, good. We've turned this from a WLSFA recap show into a relationship show. It's a love line. So 1-800-FAT-KINGS if you have a relationship you want to talk about it.
You just waving to everybody.
Hi,
Hey.
Charlotte.
She just keeps waving to everybody.
Aww.
Yeah, you're about ready for bedtime.
Say hi, Walter.
Bye.
Oh, good night, Scarlett. Are you getting sleepy?
Say good night.
Good night.
Okay, go sit down, okay? All right. There she goes.
That's-
I have a question for Jim that I'd like to ask.
Mm-hmm.
If that's okay. Jim, since you've done both smaller meet and greets and you've done the big OH, do you have a preference between the two, like big versus small?
Okay, so here's the thing about like OH, and I'm not sure about WLSFA because I haven't been to that one. But to me, I honestly did not enjoy all the talks and the things to go to because it's mostly geared towards zoomies, at least obesity help is. And so honestly, I didn't really enjoy any of that. And when we do the smaller ones, it's mostly just us hanging out with other weight loss surgery patients and just having fun and talking. And you can talk in small groups. You can get one big group together, and everybody's just kind of hanging out and talking about weight loss surgery related things and non-weight loss surgery related things. You know, so it's pretty cool. I think I prefer that. But I guess you can have that atmosphere at either one. You know, I mean, you can do the. You know, but like I said, I honestly didn't enjoy the obesity help thing. It was just, you know, it's geared towards newbies to me. I mean, like, I'm going to go to OH this time, but I paid for it only because to get it, you know, to the tickets to get into the other events, you kind of have to pay for the tickets for the whole event. If you wanted to go to any of the after party type things and stuff like that, you'd have to pay for all the stupid, you know, come talk about, you know, protein samples and stuff like that, or this, you know, all these things that I don't want to kind of really care about. You know?
Hey, you said something, Jim, there I want to piggyback on for a second because I think definitely heard Finding Elizabeth talking about how she thinks she would prefer the meet and greets because I think she went to the Chicago one and kind of preferred that aspect of it. But you mentioned like how you could go to one of these big events and then sort of have your own, you know, a little meet and greet. And I think that, you know, like that kind of goes into with like the people like here that the things are people are clicking.
Sit on the couch.
Like,
Hey, Andrew, you might need to mute. We can't
We can't hear Walter.
anything.
No, it's like completely frozen. There
Andrew.
we go. I had to jump out of it because it was frozen. Yeah, I couldn't do anything, and
We can only hear your audio.
so all I kept hearing was you with the plastic, and then talking to Scarlett, and I'm like, shit, I can't do anything.
Andrew, we can hear you. Andrew,
It's
you
not your
there?
fault.
He doesn't know he's on.
Oh, I don't think he knows. All right. Anyway, sorry, Andrew. Come back next soon.
Okay, so Walter, I want to hear what you had to say.
Okay. So what I wanted to say was how you could go to a major meet and greet and at the same time want to have the intimacy of a smaller meet and greet by hanging out with people who you're close to. Like, so if I were to sit here and I were to say that, you know, that you know, people are afraid of like clicks or whatever, I think it's only natural for people to gravitate to people that they're close to. That would be like me calling Lacey, Gracie, and Melly a click, or Patty, Cher Bear, and Finding Elizabeth a click. They are very close friends, and they were not shutting anybody out. It's just that they were comfortable with each other, and they might have done a few things here and there on their own with everything. So I think, you know, you want to. I remember early on having that misconception too of before I went to a meet and greet that, oh, you know, I get along with everybody, but I mean, but I could see where someone who might be a little shy might worry about that. But I think we all did a very good job of trying to be inclusive. Like I remember we walked away on, I think it was Thursday night, and we came back to the fire pit, and there were new people there, and I actually didn't know whether they were just hanging out at the hotel or whether they were weight loss surgery people. But I think we all still just introduced ourselves, just like, hi, you know, like.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's really just a matter of what you again, you get what you give. Like if you put yourself out there and you're open to people, that you'll get that kind of love in return.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just natural, like you say. You've heard other people, TJ and Tanya, and all of them talking about the same thing. I think it's really just natural. The people that you already kind of have, like you kind of know from either Facebook or from watching YouTube or for doing shows like this. Of course, you're going to talk to those people more and gravitate to those people, and and a lot of these people are friends outside of the YouTube world and the Facebook world. So, it makes sense. It's like going to like any big party, right? If you already know somebody there, of course you're gonna go talk to that person probably, first, or spend the most time with them.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of agree with TJ a little bit, and Jennifer, you might take offense to this. I'm sorry if you do, but meeting people makes things so much more real. So much more real.
I totally feel that way.
Yeah, I mean, even you, Jennifer. I mean, we've worked on the show for how long together? But meeting you now that I've like actually hugged you and talked to you in person, it just makes it more real. Also, the people that I tend to gravitate to more are people that I find to be real. Like even in person. In other words, these are people that are going to call me out for stupid things that I do. They're people that are not going to blow smoke up my ass and compliment me on everything. They're really going to tell me.
Like the way you did when we met, Lacey. How you said hi, asshole.
I'm like, jerk, you call me out on all your shows. Stop that crap.
No, but it is true though. I mean, when you meet people, and like I said, I mean, I really felt badly when we first met because like I made a lot of dumb jokes and I know you really didn't take them like too seriously, but I did feel like
you pissed me off a couple times actually. No.
Yeah, really.
Well,
but I do want to apologize publicly because and I feel like because sometimes I feel very comfortable with people even just watching their videos, like I feel like I know them, and it's a bad assumption to make, like especially with things like humor because you can never tell. As Jennifer can well attest, sometimes humor is misconstrued. And so I do apologize for that. And I also want to apologize to Melly May and Gracie as well because of that incident where I was kind of, making fun of you guys and just I was poking fun at the situation. And, I really do respect every one of you girls. And I think you're great people. And I apologize to each and every one of you. But
and now you...
Don't you have to apologize in person though? Because it's not real if you don't apologize in person.
He did apologize in person. There's a picture actually floating.
That's right.
Right now.
But when you say as much dumb shit that comes out of my mouth, I mean I have a lot of practice apologizing because I am, as we've already established, an asshole, and so again I apologize.
Lacey,
no, go ahead, Jen.
Why do you think I'd be offended by that?
Oh no! I just remember that one show where we talked about that with TJ, like with Mama Rose, and TJ commented or something, and you were like, "But I feel things are real." And I have.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I have to. I actually wrote to TJ, and I'm like, okay, now I get it. Yeah, because and Walter knows this. I actually had like a little mini breakdown at WLSFA when I realized that things aren't real. on the interwebs, and people aren't always the way you think they're going to be, or even the way they say they're going to be.
Yes.
And there are absolutely cliques, and I'd say for the most part, like people are like, hey, come join us. But there are some people who aren't like that, and that was really disappointing for me. I was like, at one point, I was like actually in our room crying. And Walter's trying to make me feel better. Yeah, and Walter's trying to make me feel better. And then I'm like, this is so freaking stupid. I have Walter, I have VSG Warrior in the room, like spending time with me, and I'm wasting my time crying. And then like I got over it.
Sure? Are you sure that it was intentional though that those people left you out? I mean, are you sure that?
Well, yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, I hope you don't think it was me because I didn't intentionally leave anybody out. I was only there for like
No, it wasn't. No, it
Okay,
wasn't
good.
like that somebody left me out. No, somebody
Okay.
said something explicitly rude to me,
Oh,
and it hurt my
yeah.
feelings, and like it was just so stupid. Like, why did I let that hurt my feelings? But it did,
Yeah.
and like I had to process it, and then I'm sorry. You go ahead, Walter.
No, I just wanted to say that when most women are in a hotel room with me alone, they start crying.
You know, and we focus on all the warm fuzzies that happen,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But let's just be real for a second. There's haters in the community.
There is.
Oh, absolutely.
There's
Absolutely.
gossipers in the community. There are people that would rather talk about you than look you in your eye, or they will smile to your face and talk about you the second you leave the room. I mean but that's life. That's life.
Well, I know.
And it's hard to filter that through. I mean, I am a prime example of that, of feeling like I was closer to people than what I generally was, and thinking that certain people were real and certain people, you know what I mean? And it's just and unfortunately, because we're in this social media world, it takes a little bit longer and a little bit more to filter through and figure out who those real people are.
Well, like
I would just say, especially to newbies, be careful. You don't need to share your whole self with people.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yes. I guess, like, I feel like, on one hand, I feel like I shouldn't say anything because I don't want to scare off any newbies. And on the other hand, I feel like, why not be honest and say, yes, there are cliques, and yes, there are some people who are not going to be as nice as they seem like they are, and you might get your feelings hurt. I'm probably upsetting Walter right now.
No, you're not. As a matter of fact, I mean, I wanted to touch on this yesterday when I made the trust video, because meeting people, I mean, I met good people, you know, and everybody was cool, and it was great. That was a great feeling. But, I mean, that's just a general feeling. I don't think it's a good idea to, like, share all these intimate details and get too close to anyone until you really establish that friendship, you know?
Yeah, and I don't even know that people that rumor and gossip and stuff, I don't even know that they really mean, or like the people that say ignorant stuff or leave you out or whatever, I don't even think that they mean to personally hurt you. I mean, I just think it's like people are just maybe insensitive, you know? And like people like Jennifer and me, we're very sensitive. So we, you know, the combination of those two things is...
Me too, sweetie. Me too.
Yeah, he is.
Is ugly. So I don't think that it was probably an intentional thing. Or like we're gonna stick in our clique and leave everybody else out. I think it was probably just like just insensitivity to your feelings, and then you know, us being kind of more sensitive to. I mean, I don't mean to make it a small deal. I just mean, like, I don't think that people intentionally mean to, like, you know, hurt you. I mean, there may be some people that are like that, but you know, whenever I think about it, there's some people that aren't real, but I don't think that it's intentionally personal to you. You know, I think it's just.
Yeah, this is kind of just like TJ part 2, right? I mean, he's talked about things like this, and like I said, I agree with a lot of what he said about the whole social media isn't real, and when you think about it, it's just not real. It's Facebook. It's Facebook. You know, like, so for instance, the example is, you know, you guys this weekend, you know, the perception is, wow, all this crazy frat boy, you know, party debauchery is going on, and what was the reality, right? I mean, but because it's Facebook worthy, it gets posted and there's pictures, and the perception is, holy shit, look at all this stuff going on. You know, there's like an orgy going on and everybody's drunk, and you know, but what's the reality? You know, so it's real difficult for some people to really separate what the reality of something is and what the perception is, and then what's really going on, and then what gets posted. You know, like he says, you can filter what gets posted and what doesn't gets posted. You can change. You can put out whatever you want on Facebook to make yourself look a certain way, when it can be the complete opposite. You know, I mean, it happens. We've got friends that do things where you know they're posting things about the relationship that are either wonderful and the relationship really isn't wonderful, or they're posting shit about the horrible parts of the relationship when you're like, okay, well, they're in a really good relationship. It's just when they get pissed off, they post something stupid, you know?
Yeah, like, you can ask Walter and Jennifer. I'm like a dog in person. I just take really good selfies and post them on Facebook.
No, she is beautiful in person. I can attest to that. She is just as beautiful in person. Actually, like, more, because you're tall. You're like just tall and statuesque, and yeah, she's gorgeous.
Well, you know,
and you are really gorgeous in person too, Jennifer.
Oh, stop.
I want to say both of you ladies are in fact beautiful in person, but there's somebody else, you know, that my actual first, the first WLSer that I ever met was the most beautiful woman I've ever met. It is Andrew. He's right there. I want to say, you know,
Puffing the ego a little bit. Go for it.
No, really, that was such an incredible meet and greet, and Andrew and his wife took me in, and it was wonderful, and meeting Erica and Pepper, that was like a really sweet thing. And I think now that I can kind of say I've done both, which was, I would call that a mini meet and greet.
Oh, absolutely.
And WLSFA, I definitely think that the mini meet and greets are a really special thing, and I think, you know, kudos to anybody who plans them, and I think, I really would love to do more of those, because that's where you really get to connect with people. Because the hardest thing for me at WLSFA was time management, and it was hard for me because I don't even have a smartphone, so I'm looking for a rotary dial. You know,
Carrier pigeon, man.
But it was difficult for me to like stay in touch with everybody, because I mean I was off Facebook. I wasn't on. Everybody was kind of like in these Facebook things and everything. So I was kind of like, there was a moment where I was wandering around. I think it was like, I don't know what day it was. Like where is everybody? I have no idea where anybody is. So but Lace, like, it must have been hard for you because you only had like Friday, and then you had to leave early Saturday. I was leaving late Saturday, and I felt like I was missing out. So,
oh yeah, I left early Saturday morning, and so I had Thursday and Friday. And of course, I was so tired from my flights on Thursday. I had a couple drinks and like totally passed out at like 7:30 on Thursday.
I wasn't
going to
say anything.
I completely wasted that entire evening.
All I know is that, Andrew, that episode of Fat Kings would have been one of the funniest. I had all these things in place. I had my friend with me, my attorney, my mechanic, my doctor, my dentist. He had a costume. He had a mullet. He was going to be my security guard, keeping the women off of me. It was like I had all these bits planned,
and I was
Lace was in rare form. Yeah. She was ready to go.
I was so looking forward to that too, because there were bits and pieces, because I know I was trying to talk to those who were sitting and watching. There were bits and pieces where we connected, but it wouldn't let us go live. And when we connected, all I saw were Walter and Jennifer's noses, because the iPad was on the table, and then Walter picked it up one time, and then I get Lace in the background just yelling at me, saying, you know, what the fuck? Get this working. What's your problem?
I did not.
Yeah, you did.
Was I?
Yeah, you were yelling at me.
At all. I'm so sorry, Andrew.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it was great. Oh, but I just want to I want to say I'm looking at you in the background. I'm seeing the Pink Palace for the last time, and it just warms my heart. And I'm hoping one day, if I become a famous actor, that they'll put a plaque on there. Walter slept here, you know. That's the Pink Palace.
I'll put it right up here next to Scarlett's first sonogram picture.
Oh, yes. Oh, dude. But I mean, overall, I have to say that. You know, I had the same when I met you guys, and when I left, there was like a void, and it's so true that when you know, like even when I met Andrew, like when I left, like I just, you know, and it's just weird. It's like so hard, but like I know I've heard people talk about it, and there is a withdrawal because you're around people. Like the first time when I went Andrew, and the first time I ever had a meal with other WLSFA people, you know, I'm sorry, with WLSers. And then later, when we had dinner together, like with everybody, we were at this barbecue place, and there was like 15 of us, Jennifer.
There was like 15 of us.
Yeah, it was the coolest thing, man. That was
cool. That was another top of my list, was that barbecue dinner.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just one of a kind, and I know it's going to be a long time again before I have that experience with everybody, and you know, so there is a little bit of a void that you're left with after you leave.
Absolutely. I'm totally feeling it right now. It's just not the same. I'm walking around work, and I'm like, this is just not the same.
But I just want to give a quick shout-out to some of the people that the two biggest ones that I really had to, like, stop myself, because I'm from New York, all right? And I have stood 2 feet away from some of my best people, like Al Pacino. And I didn't bother him. Like Robert De Niro's like right here, and I didn't bother him. It's like, so it's a New Yorker kind of thing that you have to be cool. But if I had to say, Tanya and Kirk were like, I really wanted to be all over them and be like, you know, I love you. I watch your videos all the time. But they were so cool, and everybody was like, like really just playing everything really cool, and everybody was down to earth. And I strongly urge you to go and go to the meet and greets and participate. And like, if you look like, I don't know, Lori from Boston.
Yes, she's watching tonight.
I mean, she was so awesome. She was so nice, and she had the courage to just come on her own, completely alone. And man, she was great. She was a real sweetheart. It was really nice to meet her too. And
Lori was one of the first people me and Melly ran into on Thursday, so it was really good to meet her.
And Scott and his wife, and also people like Miss Dangerous, Dana. Like I didn't expect to meet her. Professor Nurse Ray, like out of nowhere. I don't know if you watch her videos, but I've watched a lot of her videos, and she's just got a really beautiful energy. Just so many different people that just like bumped into that. And even what was really cool about it was the fact that like there were a lot of YouTubers there, but there was a whole world of people at the dinner that I don't even know who they were, and like some of them were asking us, and I was kind of joking around, BSG Warrior, tell your friends, But, it's just there's so many people out there, and it makes me feel like like I'm living in this little sample, but maybe I should try to get out there a little bit more and try to expand my horizons a little bit.
And Michelle VSG too.
Michelle.
Yeah, and then the two guests that we're going to have on the show this Sunday.
Oh
Tara,
my God! Yeah.
Tara and Courtney.
Yeah.
Who are on YouTube? They're Library Nerd and Redesign Me, right?
Yeah, VSG Redesign Me, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're just like Lori and Michelle. They just came up to the group and hung out with us the whole time. They're awesome.
It's great because usually Andrew or we plug your show, but now you can actually plug it yourself on the show.
That's right. Hey, and I don't know if you guys watch our show, but I always try to plug you guys too every week.
No, I know. Of course we watch your show.
Oh,
the only one I watched recently was because I've just been preparing for the trip and everything. Oh, and last Sunday, which was I'll call it the Roman orgy show.
Pre-party.
The Turkish oil wrestling show.
The rusty trombone show.
You don't need to see that one.
The Ride Me Like a Donkey show.
I was on for 2 minutes, and I was just so appalled by this language I've never heard with virgin ears. I had to leave.
Can I do some shout-outs too, Walter?
Yes.
I was very excited to meet Kirk too because I had met him in Tampa, but I hadn't really got a chance to talk to him, and he let me stroke his beard, by the way. So and it's very soft. Anyway, I was also really excited to meet Jennifer Mahoney. She is an RNYer, and she's like this awesome little athlete. She's from Washington State, and I've been Facebook friends with her for a long time, but was super excited to meet her. Fly Girl, Lindsay, VSG, she is just so much fun, and I was really looking forward to meeting her too. All of the people you mentioned too as well. And then
now you're making me feel bad that I forgot those people.
I know.
And then Christina, VSG Christina, and then Christine Teeny Tiny Tummy for Christine.
Yes.
Trying to think of who else.
The waffles.
Waffles, of course. The waffles are so fun.
You guys playing Madness was awesome to watch too, by the way. That looked like so much fun.
I'm bringing it to OH.
Yes, we have to. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Oh, and Katie VSG.
Yeah, I was gonna name her too. I got to talk to her just a little bit, but
the list goes on. But yeah, and watch Patty melt. Like I wasn't.
Finding Elizabeth.
Yeah, Finding Elizabeth and Cher Bear is awesome too.
The real Cher Bear.
Yeah.
The real Cher Bear.
The real Cher Bear is our little group, our little Melly Mae, Gracie, the real Cher Bear, and Mandy and I. So it was good to see her again too. And she lives in Knoxville, Tennessee, so I'm gonna be really close to her once I'm thinking
if you throw a Nashville event, I will be there.
It's happening. It's happening at New Year's. I've been mentioning it already to people.
Oh, New Year's? Oh, why New Year's?
Ryan and I will make that happen too, because Ryan wants to get back to Nashville, and we'll be.
I might have to come. I might have to come for that.
We don't have to do like the full New Year's, but right around in between Christmas and New Year's is when it's gonna happen.
Oh, I would just do straight up New Year's, man. We gotta have a good big party.
Oh, they have a huge New Year's party. So if you want to come and stay, and I have a place. people can sleep on the floor. I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm in. And I have to write. I told you I'm a songwriter, so I have to write you a song by New Year's then.
That's right. That's
All right.
right. Make it happen, Walter. Make it happen.
The country style.
You've got what, 8 months? So.
All right, I'm working on it.
Yeah, there's this really awesome music festival down there called Bonnaroo.
Bonnaroo!
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to it this year.
Oh, congrats.
So excited.
Oh, that should be sweet.
But Nashville isn't just about country music. It's about all types of live music. So it's a really, really fun city.
Oh, it's Music City. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And a lot of their bars, there's no cover charge. So I'm all about places like that.
Sure.
Like Denver. Denver didn't really have cover charges either. And they had super cheap drinks. So
Good combination.
yeah, exactly.
And the altitude will kill you, so be careful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. It was the altitude.
Yeah, blame it on the altitude.
That's what it was, yeah.
So, JB, do you have anything you want to add about WLSFA? Any magic moments? Anything you want to talk about?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
You're JB. That's my.
I know. Sorry. TJ calls me JB too, but okay.
You're JB Smooth.
I think we've pretty much covered everything. I guess I just want to say, because I don't want to end on a negative note, that overall the experience was freaking amazing, and I wouldn't take back any part of it at all. It was incredible, and I'm so glad I went, and I would highly encourage anybody who's interested in that kind of thing to do it and take advantage of it. That's all.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, overall, it was a really positive experience. I really enjoyed meeting everybody, and if anything, I just wish there was more time.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
It just makes it like there's, and I just really wanted to I felt really especially badly that I didn't get enough time with Tanya and John. I mean, they're amazing people, and it's like I just can't wait to connect with them more, and Kirk as well. But I didn't want to hound him because I didn't want him to feel overwhelmed. So, but everybody was just so wonderful to me. I had a really great time, and everybody was truly respectful and just really, really sweet to me and cool. So thank you, guys. Thank you, all of you. And anybody I forgot to mention, I'm sorry. It's just everybody there was amazing. It was great.
So you're talking about playing it cool at WLSFA, but I know at OH, I'm just a more easygoing guy. I'm going to geek out when I get to meet all these people. I'm gonna have such a blast. That Thursday when we get there, I'm probably just gonna be sitting in the lobby, just sitting there, "What's up? How you doing? Yeah."
Yeah, I mean, I would also recommend to people hook in with your little meet and greets too. Find out when those are happening on Facebook, and normally people who are organizing that are open to anybody coming to it. So I think everybody should try a big one and try a small one. But generally speaking, you get more in a small one.
Hey, yeah.
What?
I'm just gonna do a quick plug. A quick plug too. There's going to be a small meet and greet in Michigan this summer. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and I'll get you the details as soon as they're out.
You know where?
Ludington, or near Ludington.
Which is where?
It's right on Lake Michigan. I know that.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of closer to the Chicago side.
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think a good thing to do is I've done it in California, and we do it here too. Is when you go to local support groups and hospitals and things that have them, you can really connect with a lot of people locally. It's just to hang out with or to throw a meet and greet. Like I said, it's kind of a pain in the ass to do. We've done it before. We've thrown some that have 25, 30 people at them, and we've also had some where all these people say they're going to come, and all of a sudden you're sitting there at your location place, wherever you scout out some location, if it's a park or a restaurant or whatever, and 3 people show up, you know what I mean? So it can be kind of a pain in the ass to do it yourself. But like I said, if you get with a lot of people, here locally, most of our friends now here locally are all weight loss surgery people. We have a big group of friends. Most of our wedding party was weight loss surgery people.
I'm sorry, I have to announce too real quick. There's also going to be another Iowa meet and greet this summer, and we already have the dates for that, and I just have to get more details out, and then I will start advertising and posting that everywhere as well.
Like Tanya and TJ are doing that NSV one, right? That's coming up. I'm going to that one because we're here locally, but it's you look at that. I looked at the thread, the last thread about people going, and it's like all these people are just dropping out. It's like they said they were going to come, but like now it doesn't look like that many people are going. You know, it's like all these people are like bailing. Yeah, a lot of people bailed on it.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah. Well, because they had so much time too. They announced that I don't know how long ago.
Like a year ago.
That's the one I'd really like to go to, just because of the physical activity, like the actual zip lining and things like that. Like I love doing that sort of thing. So I would really love to go to that one. But
yeah, my wife and I are both going to be like messed up feet and stuff, so we probably won't be involved in a whole lot. We would like to like hang out with them before or after, you know, like for dinner and stuff, meet people.
Yeah, that would be if I could go. I mean, right now it's just like too many events in 1 year, so I'm just broke. Yeah. But I would love to. I mean, physically I couldn't do any of that shit. As you saw me hobbling around half the time and
time to get on the hobo hand job train and get going again.
It's woo woo.
I'm gonna have to meet me a rich sugar daddy to fund my weight loss surgery meet and drink habit.
If I could just get my girlfriend to agree to it, we could, I can get a rich. I'm already in the doghouse, so I'm not going to suggest it this week.
Yeah, you might want to back off that one a little.
Yeah, maybe next week. But yeah, it would be like maybe we should I don't know, start a GoFundMe page or something. Try to get the normies to give us reparations.
Hey, if I start a GoFundMe page, it's going to be for plastics, not for meat and greet. Okay?
Wait a minute. Speaking of which, what's up with Captain America? Is he helping you? Or?
Oh, yeah. Well, my plastic consult got rescheduled literally 3 times because of the weather in Oklahoma. So it's actually coming up in a couple weeks, but I may have to switch all that out to Nashville when I move. So
yeah, you probably have to.
Yeah.
How long? That's supposed to be summertime, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, well, June. Yeah, I have a move-in date. It's June 13th. So.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of big things going on, moves, exciting stuff, man. So this is good times.
So, Walter, are you definitely in for OH?
Oh, 100%. Lauren gave me the ticket. I'm totally in now.
Good.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was really, like we were talking about before, how, what a nice, down-to-earth person she is. And I think it was Melly May and I were just standing there and I think we're talking about OH, and boom, she gave us both the ticket. I'm pretty sure it was Melly May who was standing next to me.
That's so
I was
cool.
just so incredibly happy to have that ticket. I was like, oh, this is fantastic. Thank you so much. Excellent. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Is Lauren going to be at OH?
I don't think so. That's why she gave the tickets away. I don't think she can make it.
Oh, okay. But I know, and then Jim and Christian are going to be there for sure, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've been talking about hotels.
Yeah, we booked a Thursday, I think.
Thursday.
My wife did today, yeah.
Yeah, they just fixed that today, which was awesome.
Yeah.
So the rooms opened up again?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
There was 14 available. Christian took one, I took one, so I don't know. There's 12 or fewer available.
Well, I'm sleeping on somebody's couch.
Yeah.
Well, they are suites. I mean, honestly, so there is you can sleep like 4 to 6 people in one of those rooms because there's like a pull-out bed usually and extra couch and stuff. So technically, there's a lot of room. I'm just glad that it's 3 days now because now I get 3 days of all you can drink happy hour for 2 hours. So
yeah, that's
nice. I'm glad you're. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I'm hoping I don't have to sleep in the lobby, but if I have to.
I'm sure you'll be able to shack up and hang out
with.
Oh yeah, that won't be a problem.
You know that won't happen. But I'm excited you guys are coming on Thursday because it'll be a smaller group and there'll be fun stuff happening on Thursday, so we can have fun before the big.
I don't know if I wanted to hang out with you though, because I don't know if you're cool enough to hang out in my clique. So we'll see.
You need to figure out if she's real or not.
Yeah, exactly. Once I like see you in person and I figured out that you're real and we can actually be friends, then I might.
Well, having met Walter, I can say that he's even better in person than he is online.
Aww.
Not me. I'm just a straight asshole.
Well, I haven't met you yet, Andrew.
Andrew met me, and he knows I'm an asshole. So
she didn't say anything about me either. And co-host.
Yeah, and Lacey. No, actually, I have to say. The Lacey, okay, so Lacey, we actually got to spend a little bit of time together the first night before she passed out, and like it was just like immediately we're like, hugging onto each other, holding on to like she and I like work so well together as a team online.
Yeah, me too. She was holding onto my neck with both hands.
Yeah, no, Lacey is also amazing.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer.
So I was wondering, like after all this WLSFA, this big weekend, who's leaving the community? I mean, isn't it kind of like a tradition for someone has to leave the community?
Yeah,
and
It's me.
we should start making it like every event somebody has to leave.
No, we should make it like what's the game where they vote you off the island? The tribe is survivor. So we should get together at night and just pick someone, and they have to leave the fucking community.
Well, I was thinking maybe then for OH we get one of those big carnival wheels and everybody puts their name on a section and then spin it on Sunday morning, and whoever it lands on, then you're out.
That's it. The tribe has spoken.
I've actually got a lot of big stuff coming up with the move and everything. So I was like sitting here wondering, like, I'm gonna have to probably dial back a bit. And I was like, people will probably think it's because of the meet and greet, but it's not.
There you go.
Yeah. So it'll probably be me, guys. It'll be me. I'll volunteer.
But it's only going to be temporary. And then you get back, and after you get settled into after the move, then you're good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're in Nashville. You're moving to Nashville. Did you say you're moving to Nashville?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, we were in Nashville for after our wedding, just like a mini honeymoon, and they have the nicest embassy suites there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's near Nashville, but it's in Tennessee. It's it's seriously seriously voted the nicest, one of the best embassy suites in the United States. It was really nice. I was like, holy shit, this place is nice.
Yeah, we did when we did our meet and greet last year. We met at the they have the Opryland Hotel there too, and it was amazing. They have this awesome botanical garden and a stream that goes through the middle of the hotel and stuff. I mean, that's where we did our lunch before we split off. But yeah, I'm kind of partial, so I'm happy to be moving there.
Cool.
You can tell that you're really excited. I'm very excited for you.
Yay, a new start.
Yeah, it really is exciting. I'm happy for you too. Nice.
Thank you, Walter.
Yes, I think you're amazing. I really just want to thank you. And, I feel it's the same way I felt about OH. And at first I said fuck you OH for not having us speak there. And we hope you die. But and then I said how they saved my life. So I just want to say to you, Lace, that watching your videos has changed my life. And I'm really humble, and it was a pleasure to meet you.
Shut
Is this the NPR portion of the show?
The NPR show. No, but seriously though, Lace and Melly May and Gracie, they were very gracious to me. After much begging, after much pleading, they decided to give me another chance. So I appreciate that. I thank you.
Oh, you're sweet.
See, that was fun to watch you guys and just see all the pictures and all the interaction, because that's what I'm looking forward to with OH is I think the small meet and greets I think is great because you can really connect with a smaller group of people like that. But then with these big ones, it does give you that opportunity to really just meet all these great people that I could tell from your pictures that it was just a big love fest. Everyone was just happy to see each other, that's why I'm really looking forward to OH, and then if I can fit in a couple of smaller meet and greets along the way, then I'm all for it. So
speaking of love fest, I have to say before I forget that Andrew, your beer was a topic of discussion several times, especially the one, the Daddy's Candy Store.
I was told Lynette Edsel mentioned that it got talked about a couple of times. That's all.
Yeah, everyone wants to taste it.
And I confess that I did taste a tiny little bit of it, and I have a whole bottle waiting. When
you went back to New York with the bottle, so I would have hoped you had a little bit of it.
And it should. It should last. For a good while, right?
Well, I mean, once you open it, I mean, it's really...
No, it's unopened.
Oh, yeah, no, as long as it's unopened, yeah, you're good for a while.
No,
I already have...
I confess that I had a little when I was with you. I had a tiny little taste, but I can't wait till when I hit 250, I'm popping that open like a bottle of champagne.
Kick ass, man. Awesome.
Is that when you're gonna start drinking, Walter? Is 250?
I think I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna wait till I hit goal, or at least until
Oh.
the weekend.
Wow.
That should take you, what, 3 weeks, basically?
Stop! Don't think that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be so fucked. I'm gonna be so fucked. I
Um,
swear, I didn't even want to say it in the video that I lost 10 pounds because I knew the hate.
I think that's a really good idea, though, because once you start, you will not stop.
Yeah. Oh, well, I kind of see that. I mean, when I hear someone like TJ say that one of his biggest regrets was drinking too soon, and also Scott Gastric Tiger drank it like what 2 months? I think it was like wow, like this is something I don't want to do. I don't want to fuck this up. I've come so far. I've been through so much, you know. The
My
loss of
first time,
father.
my first time drinking was in Tampa, so I was like 4.5 months out, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I had a question about that regarding the drinking. Do you think, okay, I've been in this community for more than 7 years now, and I can honestly say, like, it wasn't real prevalent in the early days. I remember, like, even like at conferences like at OH or even the smaller meet and greet type things, a lot of people were not partying and drinking, or if they were, they certainly weren't putting it on Facebook and sort of making it known. I think they kind of wanted to keep it more hidden. Do you think that people nowadays are a little bit more open with that, or a little bit more? I don't know. It's almost like the atmosphere maybe has changed a little, where people are like more accepting of people drinking and doing things they're maybe not supposed to be doing early out or at these type of events and things. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I personally feel that there are still a lot of police out there. I mean, there's a lot of people get hate from drinking and get hate from the perceived wrong thing.
Right.
You know? So I mean, that's a bunch of bullshit that goes on. I hate that goes on.
Oh, I do too.
But I think in our particular circle of people, I think we are pretty big drinkers. We enjoy drinking, and I think we kind of gravitate with each other because of that. And I think, and I know for myself that I feel like I kind of missed out on some fun at WLSFA, you know, little after parties and stuff that I would have preferred to be drinking and having fun with them. I could have easily have hung out with them and drank water and nobody would have bothered me. And there was also I wasn't really feeling well. I couldn't stay up long and that kind of thing. So I really can't blame it on the drinking. I mean, it was just a physical thing too. But I think that,
you know,
I probably would have had a different experience had I drank. I probably would have had more fun. I'm just saying, you know. But I don't think it matters.
I actually wasn't a big drinker before surgery. I would maybe once a month or something, but after the surgery, the effects of drinking changed, and the after effects of drinking changed. So it became something that was more fun to do. So that's the reason why I do it more often now. But before, you know, the hangovers and the bloating and just that gross feeling that you get, vomiting, that sort of thing.
And I think, too, I mean, shit, when you think about it, I mean, when you think about the good aspects of it, if you want to call it that, I can get drunk on 2 drinks. You know, before I used to have to spend my whole paycheck to get drunk. You know, when you're 500-600 pounds, you can drink a lot and not feel the effects.
Yeah.
My biggest fear is when I was a heavy drinker, heavy. And I always made really bad decisions, I guess, like everybody else does.
Right.
But, you know,
that doesn't go away, by the way.
Food decisions, though. Like, I would eat anything in sight. And
that doesn't go away either after surgery. I mean, that's one of the things about people have to realize about drinking. And trust me, I'm not the type that is a lecture people, and I'm not a food police, and certainly not an alcohol police. Anybody that knows me knows that I do.
I think we know that from your visit on our show.
Oh, really? Did I do something? I think I was drinking apple cider. But anyway, so it's like, I think what people have to realize, especially if you're only a few months out, is, you do, for a lot of people I know, and myself included, alcohol does seem to relax my stomach. I can actually eat a little bit more.
It relaxes my sphincter.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, and that's probably not a good thing, right? But so, and like you said, people do not make good choices, especially with where food's concerned. I mean, if we're strictly talking about, the whole weight loss thing and maintenance and trying to lose weight at that time, and alcohol is empty calories, obviously, But I think personally, I see a lot more people who start out probably a little bit earlier than I used to see people doing it. I mean, I see people that are like you said, only a couple of months out. I mean, I don't remember if Gastric Tiger started drinking early or not. You said 2 months, but I mean, to me, that's pretty early. I mean, I waited 9 months, but I did it once, and I kind of stayed away from it till probably over a year out. But it's personal choice. Like I said, I kind of like Walter wanted to wait till I was a little bit closer to goal because I knew it would probably slow, if not affect, my weight loss.
Yeah, I think with me, watching other people's videos, there was the draw of I knew I was going to get drunk faster. I knew I was going to feel kind of like sober. The buzz wouldn't last as long. I knew I wasn't going to get hangovers. I mean, I had seen in other people's videos the good things about drinking,
right.
And so that probably made me try it sooner than what I should have.
I think that's the key there. I think a lot of the things I think there's a lot of like stigmas that went around a little bit earlier. Like when I started making videos about 10 months ago, I noticed there seemed to be like a shift, even at that time, of some of the myths of the sleeve expanding, all these kinds of like drinking and eating at the same. Like a lot of this things were being dispelled pretty much everywhere. Yeah. And I think that the drinking, like, you're not going to die. Like the concepts have kind of changed in a lot of ways, especially among the VSGers. Again, I mean, LACEs are and why. So, but I noticed that the VSG became like the predominant surgery, and a lot of the differences between the R and Y. The bypass was the main thing, and a lot of the I would say that, I don't know what you call it, but the wives' tales had to do with the gastric bypass and not so much that the sleeve. Right. And so a lot of things were being dispelled all over the place. And I think that the more people saw that the drinking isn't as bad for a sleever as it is for an R and Y person. Right. It's a completely different, animal.
And you could be right there. I mean, like I said, because, I mean, I've known this information for years. I mean, because the information's been out there. It's a matter of finding it and researching. But the truth is the difference between bypass and sleeve at this point, as far as drinking, is bypass it hits you different because they don't have a pyloric valve. So as far as like I said, I've dispelled some of this. I think we talked about it last time about the drinking because I was talking about it while I was drinking. I think is the whole transfer addiction thing, right?
Exactly.
I think a lot of people, the myth is they see people drinking and they're like, oh my God. Look at all these people at WLSFA. They're all alcoholics. They're all, they've all transferred to alcohol. That's their transfer addiction. And transfer addiction in itself is a real thing. Yes, people do transfer to shopping or, gambling or sex or whatever.
Mine is hobos. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that's sex. That's the same thing as sex, right? Basically. So,
well, yeah.
Yours is just a very specific, homeless man sex. So, the thing is, it's like the reality is, if you look at some of these studies, is when they say gastric bypass, people have twice the propensity or the ability to the problem as far as becoming a problematic drinking or whatever you want to call it, transfer addiction to alcohol. It's twice as much as the other weight loss surgeries that are out there, which are the band and, for the most part, the band and the sleeve. The DS is a very small percentage, and that's true as far as of people that are going to transfer to an addiction to alcohol. They're twice as likely to do that, right? So what does that mean? People think, okay, well, if you have the bypass, there's twice as many people with the bypass that are becoming alcoholics. But the reality is, it's really not that high of a percentage. Like I said, when you do the numbers, you read the article and you see what the actual information is. The people in the general public and even people in the weight loss surgery community want to like sort of hype this information up because like, oh, beware. I mean, at Obesity Help, and I don't know if there was one at WLSFA, but at Obesity Help, there's always somebody talking about transfer addiction to alcohol and all that. She does a whole talk on it, right? And so the thing is, when they talk about people transferring to alcohol, it's a 1%. So 1% of people who get surgery every year will have that transfer. To me, that is an extremely small percentage. Extremely small. So, I mean, people, they make a big deal out of 1%, and it's like, so of that 1%, more than double of those people are going to be gastric bypass people, right? And that's where that number comes from. So to me, it's a little ridiculous that people sort of hype that number and hype that that statistic that they have 50% higher likelihood of becoming transfer addiction or alcoholic, whatever you want to call it. And when the numbers are roughly 2,000 patients a year, they estimate, because it's not a real study's never really been done on. So they estimate 2,000 people will transfer to alcohol. Okay, well, you know how many people get bariatric surgery every year? It's 200,000. So it's 1%. So to me, you have to look at statistics and read the studies or the information for what it is, and people don't.
That's right. Lies, damn lies, and statistics. I mean, and thanks for waiting till 9:30 to finally say something, Jim. But
I guess now would not be the part of the show where I admit that this is just straight vodka, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I think I also, for me, the main reason why I elected not to, well, there were a couple of reasons. I thought it would be kind of cool if someone with my kind of, like, I'm not going to say popularity, but I mean, people kind of think of me as sort of a fun-loving guy and whatever, and then that if I could abstain, anybody could abstain, because I was a drinker and a heavy partier. And if you saw the introduction I made with all my old pictures, I got a bottle in every hand, and
right.
And I decided because I just didn't have enough time to learn how to drink yet. Like, you have to really relearn it. And when I hear and Neo, I think I just saw Neo join us, by the way, but when Neo was talking to me, and she said it on the show, and of how like, you have to really like learn. Like, she has trouble realizing like how drunk she is, and it's like, you got to be careful.
Oh, yeah.
And and so I just really want to relearn how to drink again. And I had a lot of issues with drinking, and it affected my life in negative ways. So I really
like I said, and don't get me wrong, there are absolute people who do become alcoholic after, but like I said, how do you know those people weren't alcoholic before and they had the surgery and they've continued to be alcoholic, So there are absolutely people who do have problems drinking after and have problems handling their alcohol and will get DUIs because they've had 2 drinks and they think they're okay and they're not, because it definitely hits you different. Like I said,
that's the part I really worry about, Jim, is, I will feel like that buzz is over. I'll feel like I've sobered up. And
it may not be.
Yeah, there's no way.
Well, I was going to say, I kind of had a theory on, kind of both of the, the social aspect of it and kind of learning the drinking, because I know, like Lace had said, you didn't drink nearly as much maybe before the surgery, whereas for me, I was still pretty early on when I actually drank for the first time, because it was, I think mine was 3 months out, because I had my first drink around Christmas time, and I had mine surgery at the end of September. But for me, at least, I haven't really changed the level of drinking. I'm not one. I like to post about what I drink, because it's I guess the beer and the brewing and everything else. It's a hobby of mine. It's a passion of mine. So I like to talk. It is something I like to talk about. But in the grand, in the scope of a week, I'll maybe have 2 beers over that week. So and that's how I was even beforehand.
Right, and so that hasn't changed for you.
No, exactly. That hasn't changed, and I think that's it's going to be different for every person. But it is that, like Walter was saying, you do need to relearn it, because you need to learn how your body will react. Because, I mean, we went out tonight. I had a going away party for work, and we went to a bar, and I had a couple of beers. But honestly, I not once throughout having those 2 beers felt any, like, I didn't have a buzz. I didn't feel, any ill effects. And, so it is going to react differently for different people. So that is definitely something that you need to learn. But as well, with the social aspect of it, I think, we're talking about that shift that Walter mentioned, and I kind of saw it too early on when I first joined into the community, especially on Facebook, is I think more people are trying it out and experimenting with it, and they're becoming more and more open with talking about it and posting about it. So I do think that it is something that we it's fun. It's a social, it's something that you do socially with friends, and you get together, so it's easy to talk about and post about.
Exactly. I mean, it's a normal thing that people do when they get together at parties. Like I said, I have absolutely no problem with it. I just I think, like I said, there's a lot of people like Walter was saying. There are a lot of the food police, the alcohol police that say, "Oh my God, you're not supposed to do that. You know, you're gonna become an alcoholic and all that," which is bullshit. You know.
I posted about buying a flask one time and got told that if I was in need of a flask, that I might need to reevaluate.
Yeah.
How much alcohol I was drinking. Yeah, it was funny.
Hey.
That person doesn't post on my comments anymore because I basically was just like, you know, when you start taking my posts as a joke as like they're meant to be,
Right.
Yeah.
that's when we can talk.
Yeah. Well, good riddance to bad rubbish. Andrew, I want to ask you something though. Because of your hobby, have you gotten any shit for drinking and for the beer and all that?
Honestly, I haven't. Not one bit. I've and I've had people that I've talked to in the community who have messaged me, asking me about it, and messaging me about, well, what do you look for? Just talking, just not even WLS related, but I've had people come up to me and talk about, my opinions on beer and what I like and what I don't like, and one. I think VSG Rob, I think he had messaged me about homebrewing, and I was like, great, I'd love to talk to you about it, but it was nothing really related to weight loss surgery, and I haven't had those police come after me about it, and if they did, that's fine, but no, I haven't gotten any shit for it, or, earlier this week when I posted the picture of the 5 bottles of beer that I got, in the mail, thank you very much, Neo, she, we did a swap. But I have no problem still posting about that because it's those 5 bottles of beer will still be around for a good while. I'll have maybe one of those every couple of weeks, and so it's not like I'm going to sit here and they're going to be gone by Sunday. No, it's learning to be responsible about it.
I just want to say I saw TJ. TJ is with us, by the way.
Oh shit!
He said I drink.
Oh, TJ, what?
He said I drink until I start sitting on objects, and then I have 2 more. So,
2 more drinks or 2 more objects?
He must be drinking tonight to say some crap like that.
Oh, he must be. And TJ, in honor of you and the 50 Shades team, we're going to take this show for 2 more hours. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Michelle BSG, who was there at the meet and greet, and Neo weighed in, and Seahorse for You, and Gretchen, and Cher Bear was here. Zen Maiden making a rare appearance with the comments anyway. Dennis Vinay was here. A lot of people were here tonight, so thanks for watching, guys. I think we pretty much covered it all, right, guys?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've had everything. We've had WLSFA. We've had the Love Line relationship show. We've had drinking. We've had transfer addiction. We've had...
Yeah, we cut the relationship stuff a little short. We could have really gotten deep on that.
Yeah, no, but on that note...
For next time.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm an asshole, and if anybody would like to publicly kick me in the balls, I'm
that's
available.
a good rule, guys, if you just admit you're an asshole all the time.
Yeah. And
everything's beautiful.
And often. I think that's always a good way to go.
If I felt I needed to, I would, but...
Yeah. Well, Andrew's perfect, so he doesn't have to worry. He's awesome.
I'm sure Ryan would have something to say about that.
I don't know. The way Ryan looks at him, I think she knows he's perfect, too. They get along. They're beautiful.
But I will, real quick before we start ending it, because we kind of talking about the beer and and everything in OH and whatnot, because I know nothing's been talked about for what's going on Saturday yet for OH, but I have put something together, and I think I've invited all of you as well.
Oh,
to
the
this.
pub
So
crawl.
I'm doing a little, if you want to do it as a bar crawl, you can do it as a bar crawl, but I found a couple of places in Raleigh during the day on Friday. If you want to join, you can have a couple of drinks while we're out. You don't have to. We can just all get together and get out of the hotel and just, kick it.
Okay, but I just have to say, I look forward to the free happy hour, so that starts at 5 or 5:30.
We'll be back.
So as long as we're done by that shit, yeah.
I plan to start this off at noon and only be out for a couple of hours, so we'll be back in time to still hit happy hour on top of it.
Yeah, I need to test this whole transfer addiction bullshit.
Well, I also figured you get a happy hour, but then we all need to prepare and get ready for the costume party that night, because we got to do something. So.
What's the theme of the costume party?
It's just costume party. So I'm thinking, I'm taking that as Halloween. So really, I'm thinking have at it.
Oh, that's going to be
So
great.
Walter's
I'm
going to be
looking
the
forward to
slutty
that.
nurse. Walter's
Yeah.
going to be the slutty nurse.
Everybody's gonna be slutty at that, like all costumes.
Slutty and sloppy, probably.
Slutty teacher, slutty cop, slutty nurse.
And Andrew, even though I dropped the ball when I met you at your house, and I so wanted to do this, but we just didn't have time for the rock band. Are we going to have a rock band at OH? I really hope we do.
I will have whether it's the new one or the old one. I will make sure the rock band is represented at OH, and that will be plugged in our hotel room for sure.
That's going to be awesome. And if not, then we have to do karaoke. We got to go around.
Yes. I would much rather just go and do karaoke because that shit would be hilarious.
Yeah, we have to at least incorporate that into the bar crawl. Try to find a couple of karaoke places.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, karaoke without a doubt. I would love nothing more than to go do some karaoke.
I can't wait. I can't wait till hopefully I'll be able to drink by then. It'll be a lot of fun. And there's I think it was Groucho Marx who said, "I drink to make other people interesting."
Oh, that's so well said.
All right, gang. So I think we're pretty much done, right? Unless Andrew, did you want to say anything else?
No. I'm glad I was able to jump in here towards the end once I got home. So.
Yeah, I'm glad you were here too, man.
I'll have to recap and watch the beginning tomorrow.
We go right without you, brother. So I'm so glad you made it. That was great.
Absolutely.
And so I guess next week we'll have maybe Jim. You want to come back on?
I may be leaving the community. I haven't decided.
Oh, Lace was doing that.
That's
so
me.
you
That's
can
me.
stay around.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
We've already decided who it was. Okay.
Maybe we'll get some surprise guests. So I'm guessing, Andrew, that we'll maybe at some point continue to do our little what did we call it?
The props for the pre-ops. Yeah.
Yeah. Props and pre-ops.
We'll pick that back up once I get settled in West Virginia. That's for sure.
All right, gang. All right, so I want to say a very humble thank you to Lace for allowing us the privilege of having us finally being on our show. It's been a pleasure, and Jennifer and Jim, thank you guys for jumping in.
No problem.
And of course, Andrew for jumping in. He's in the middle of this crazy move, and he still jumped on anyway. So that's a cool thing. So
Thanks for having us.
Our pleasure, really. Thanks, guys. And I guess, hey, Andrew, take us out, brother.
Hail to the kings, baby.
All right. Good night, all.